They say you can't be lazy and a pro. Or can you? Are you lazy like me but want to tear through Final Fantasy XIV content? Today, I'm going to tell you about the 3 classes in Final Fantasy XIV that are perfect for lazy people. You'll rise to the top while being a lazy boy. Paladin! Now, the Paladin is pretty easy to grasp and is perfect if you're lazy. And why is that? First off, you're a tank. In Final Fantasy XIV, tanks are really just DPS with a lot of health and easier rotations. For single target damage, there's about 4 buttons that need to be pressed in the same order every time. And for AoE, there's only 3. The combat is basically brain dead easy. Watch as I click 1 through 4 on my keyboard and complete the entire combo. Just weave in some damage mitigation and you basically can't die. And for the big pulls, it's 3 buttons to deal damage. You got this spin to win, you got this big slashy move, and then you got this big lightning storm. You know what else is cool about paladins? They have pretty dope self-heals. Clemency allows them to heal up during boss fights or regular fights or big pulls. It's actually pretty cool tanks can heal. Like, look at me, I'm a tank, but I'm also a healer, but I'm a tank. That's pretty cool. Are the healers dead? Who cares? I'll just heal myself with Clemency. I mean, just look at this potency. I wish my healers had this. This is insane. But now that I think of it, the warrior also has many of these qualities too. In fact, that might have more self-healing than paladins, which kinda strange because paladins you would assume have more heals. But oh well, whatever, it's all good. Which brings me to my next job here. The Scholar. Scholar? But I hardly even know her. Now, if you really want to be lazy, roll a Scholar. Look at this gameplay footage. The Scholar doesn't even have to heal, the Fairy does all the work for them. Okay, I hear what you're saying. The Scholars easily have the hardest rotation out of all the healers. I mean, just look at all these spells. I really can't even find a use for all of them. Someone please tell me what deployment tactics is used for. I'm actually dying to know. So if you can leave a comment down below, do it. And yes, that would be correct. It is more work the further you get into the game. And honestly, it's kind of quite fun too. But hear me out. The Scholar potentially has the lowest work to gameplay ratio. And why is that? Again, it's this little guy. If the Scholar runs a random dungeon leveling roulette and gets a noob dungeon, there's a good chance they'll never have to ever click a healing button. And I think that's beautiful. That's honestly why I rolled Scholar in the first place. At low levels, you're really just a DPS with a little heal bot that follows you. Now this is 10 out of 10 gameplay. Why would I want to play as anything else? Okay, here's the basic rundown when you're zooting through dungeons and you're trying to dish out some damage. If there's just 1 or 2 enemies, just cast your main nuke such as Ruin. Now just spread your dots to all the enemies around. Now if there's 3 or more enemies, just spam that Art of War. Just spam that button, get in there and start spamming away. This will AoE your enemies down fast. Speaking of going down fast, Summoner. Now I know what you're thinking. Spooky, doesn't the Summoner have like a 3-minute long rotation with a million different spells? Yeah, but before it was like an 8-minute long rotation with like a million spells and a bunch of dots, and it was so super confusing, and it's been cut down a ton. Oh, and did I forget to mention that the Summoner and the Scholar share an XP pool? Yes, that is correct. You can have a max level Summoner and technically never played it as long as you've leveled up the Scholar. If the Scholar and Summoner are not the laziest boy classes, I don't know what is. Okay. Anyways, here is the lazy boy rotation for the Summoner. The Summoner has a few different phases, and during each of these phases, your spells are kind of augmented. So you're really just clicking the same buttons, but with different colors, and a few different exceptions, of course. Phase 1 of the lazy boy rotation. Summon Bahamut. You'll summon this big dragon, it'll blast the enemies down, and then you just spam that 1 blast button. Once the dragon's gone, just summon each of the primals one after another and spam their single target ability or the AoE ability. Whichever tricks the group into thinking you're actually playing the game. The final phase is the Phoenix. It's exactly the same as the Bahamut phase, but tell your friends it's the most complex because it's the final phase, and nobody wants to be caught dead playing an easy class. Alright, I hope you're as lazy as me. And enjoy the video. Peace.